Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube community, welcome back to more information on obesity medicine here with Dr. Fabio Font, one of your hopefully favorite YouTubers in regards to getting you the information that matters so that you can understand better where we're going as a society. I'm broadcasting live right now from Mumbai at a ITC hotel. And I just wanted to cover this video on cancer deaths. I mentioned in a couple of videos, and when we went through the obesity stateofobesity.org website, that we were going through some statistics, clearly showing that at least from the standpoint of cancer death, we expect by the next 10 years the amount of cancer death related to obesity to almost like double and triple, in some cases almost like quintuple. So this is something that, for some of us, the first time you hear that, you're kind of like left in a daze. You kind of wonder, hey man, is this really, what's gonna happen? I mean, are those numbers accurate? Is it possible that people are really going to start getting so much more cancer just because they gained a few extra pounds? So what I wanted to do is I basically used UpToDate. UpToDate is a very commonly used resource for medical information, at least for physicians in North America. I would say probably more in the US than Canada, but I used it tremendously in my training as a resident, and even afterwards when I worked as a hospitalist, and now even today. So they had some interesting statistics that I wanted to go over with you guys, but just prior to that, I'm going to show you a little bit of what's going on around me. It's a very beautiful hotel here in India. So very beautiful hotel. But anyways, now let's get to the real stuff that's hurting a lot of people. So first of all, the fat cancer deaths. So a lot of genetics. A lot of people say, and what I wanted to start talking about genetics is because a lot of the times you'll hear a lot of women say, they're concerned about the genetics of breast cancer. Breast cancer, everybody now, not everybody really, but the BRCA, BRCA1 and 2 genes have become somewhat notorious for, if your mother has breast cancer and now your aunt also has breast cancer, that means, it kind of runs in the family. Should we test for this gene, and what should we then do for the younger women that are, part of the other women in the family? Should we become more aggressive in screening for breast cancer? What should we change about that? So, we certainly, breast cancer is something that is a huge talk in women's health. But what about obesity? The reason why we have to start talking about obesity is because most of the most cases of breast cancer are not because of genetic factors. Or even if genetics have to do somewhat with it, they are not the mainstay, and they're not the main reason why people are getting breast cancer. But anyways, let's start looking at statistics so this makes a little bit more sense. But there's a lot of talks about genetics, and in my opinion, obesity is a far bigger player, and not just in breast cancer, but in the natural aging of the human body. And in that process of aging a little bit faster, which is insulin rate related, which is hormone related, which is transcription related, this is where mistakes happens, and when new cell lines come out, and which come with cancer and whatnot. And of course, there's also inflammatory processes related to obesity that also promote cancer formation. But so let's just go through this slide, which is, so most breast cancers are from sporadic events and not from family breast cancers like BRCA1 and 2 genes. Why isn't this a huge talk on the outstanding rates of obesity and the outstanding rates of breast cancer, and the the trending rates of breast cancer. Now the question was, has the sleeping giant of obesity led to increases in breast cancer which could have been preventable? So are we trying to screen for breast cancer, and now this has become the right thing to do for breast cancer, but really the cause of breast cancer is not that? It's almost like it's stupid to screen more for breast cancer when what you have to do is take away the cause. If you're trying to find it more but you're not taking away the cause, it's like saying let's put more smoke detectors in homes, but let's not fix the broken circuitry that's making sparks that are making houses blow up. So or the leaking gas pipes that are making houses burn up in a moment. So that's the idea behind this, that we have to look to breast cancer a little bit more than the screening tools that we have, which are good. It's not that we shouldn't do them, but there is a little bit more to breast cancer than just screening. So women's health and statistics on breast cancer. Globally, breast cancer is the most frequently diagnosed cancer and the leading cause of cancer death in women. In the United States, breast cancer is the most commonly diagnosed cancer and the second most common cause of cancer death in women. In addition, breast cancer is the leading cause of death in women ages 40 to 49. So basically, this is about the age where we start screening women for breast cancer. It's what kills them the most. They're very young, and sure enough, folks, when do women start getting the extra pounds? Those extra pounds start picking up as the years go by. And sure enough, as the years go by, the obesity problem increases, and as the obesity problem increases, the higher effect and the compound effect of having a lot of adipose tissue throughout many years, being adipose tissue that's actually hormonally active, okay. So as far as there was a study done by Wallen, published in Oncologist in 2010. Regarding women's health and breast cancer, but I mean, it was mentioning actually obesity and cancer in general, and it was what they had as an assessment is that 20% of cancers were actually estimated to be caused by obesity in of itself. Now, the rates of breast cancer, when we mentioned before, it's the main cause of basically women dying from ages 40 to 49. But now look at the rates of breast cancer ages 49, and then now look here at 50 to 69. There's a huge increase, and then look at 60 to 69. So it's even far more. It's almost, you see, and by the time women hit 70 years and older, it's almost 4 times as frequent. It's 3.5 times as frequent as it used to be. When we started the screening protocols. So, this is definitely something that, in my opinion, obesity is also something that we expect people, as the years go by, the BMI to actually increase. Now, there is something peculiar about that kind of fits into this hypothesis and breast cancer and women in particular, is that premenopausal women and postmenopausal women